It's dreary and miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but don't fear, we've got football to perk up our spirits as we join you from Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Strap in, this will be a good one. 2 one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Right to the air is Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Going quickly there, but it's incomplete. The Bengals at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Burrow will throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 41. I'm not sure that you can say that the rain caused that interception, but look, it's clear that throwing the football is going to be tough in these conditions.
No doubt about it, and different quarterbacks handle it different ways. Some guys think the rain isn't a big deal, but wind affects them a little bit more. But you have to wonder, will these conditions hold scoring down? Are we going to have like a 9-6 type of a game? And then the pressure goes on the punters, who often hold for field goal attempts. Can they handle the snap and get the ball down so they can kick it?
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Whether it's the toss or the pitch, you get him the ball outside the tackles on the edge. He's a tough man to bring down.
He certainly is, and it makes people wonder on the other side of the ball. Do I really want to deal with him when he gets a full head of steam? At the same time, he's also congratulating his tackle, tight end, wide receiver on that side. They gave him access to the corner and allowed him to build up that head of steam.
Touchdown, Detroit! Jamison Williams, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. A good hold of these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And will wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 35. At their own 35-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Open man is Chase, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Well, no matter your experience level as a quarterback, you throw an interception on that first drive, maybe a little shaken up. Nice response there to get their first down.
I think you make an excellent point. I don't care who you are. You throw an interception, it's going to get to you a little bit. But the ones that we've seen that were the best, you never notice it. They don't come to the bench, throw their helmets, they don't do any of that. They just go back out the next drive and act like it never happened. And that's what we're seeing here.
Second down and 8.
11 Thomas. Gun. Shot. Right 80. Shot.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
This pass complete to Higgins. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Burrow going to get this out to Chase. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Jamar Chase, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals are an extra point away from drawing level. Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated.
Look at the big fella go. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. 65 yards. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is up to 8.
14. Bengals 6.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Shifts past him. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
11 minus. 11
And 9.
11, 11, 11.
21-yard line.
11, 11, 11, 11. 11, MTK. 11, top. 11, 11, 11.
Now it's Burrow. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. You talk about this Lions defense. They were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. On the return is Williams. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes it's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
First down, Lions.
Going back to Gibbs on 1st down. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 53 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, say, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
14 yards that time for number 14.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Bates' kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
A little luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete. You talk about this Lions defense. And they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to push your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going to the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there for Detroit. And even 50 yards. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Come on.
A toss out right to Gibbs. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a game. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
A gain of 5. First
Here we
down,
go.
Lions.
Now a toss play to Gibbs. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes in the run game, you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
Ready? 70, dragon 60. 60, go.
To throw is Perkins. That's complete to the Porter. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And 3rd and 8 now.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And not what he was hoping for when he brought it out. They're going to get him down short of the 15-yard line.
One, ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Got a man open. It's Chase. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And it's second down.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
180. 180. 11, 11, 11, 11. 11 MT, 11 MT. Stop.
Now it's Burrow. For the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
First and 10, here's Brown. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Looking at a second and 11 now after the loss.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
12, 12, 12.
Now Burrow. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And he stopped immediately there. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The Lions on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing is Perkins. Now he's going to step up and run. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. The 71 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. This 2nd and 4. Another run for Gibbs here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard of the pickup there, and he'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now Perkins. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 44-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
A gain of 14. And the Lions first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's airing it out for Williams. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jamison Williams, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Lions continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Second and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up second and 7.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Third and 4.
The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Fourth down. Here's Joe Burrow. He'll try to do it himself. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Burrow looking to pass. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, And I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Boye Mafe got to the line like a knife through butter. He buries him for a loss. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Off play action. Perkins. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Bronco 80. 18.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That is caught. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
19 Tiger, 19, 77, 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. 75, trap 60, trap 60. 65.
Off the play fake. Perkins. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback.
2nd down.
70, 19 tight.
In motion left comes Williams. Off play action. Perkins. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Troy Lions, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Dragons.
Looking to throw. Perkins. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. That sack, it goes to Boye Mafe. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Perkins. He'll try to pick it up himself. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Hand off to Gibbs, headed right here. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Off the play fake. Perkins. And it's caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a first down.
At the 2-yard line.
Go! Cougar 19.
Off the option, that's complete. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Jamison Williams, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go. 12, 12, 12. 11, 11.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync.
Here we go.
Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here we go. 180.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. And that is incomplete.
They certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. Stop.
They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. From the gun, a give to Brown. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
36-yard line.
Here we go. 11 Thomas. Stop. 180. What is that? Stop.
Here's Burrow. And he'll find Chase on the right side complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 21. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st.
11 MT. 11 MT. 11, 11, 11, 11. 12. Gun, gun. 11 MT. 11 MT. 11 MT. Stop.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown. Andre Yoshibas. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Bengals are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
A Burrow and the Bengals offense staying put. They'll go for 2 here.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll look to throw. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 93 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
19 Lions. Go.
Looking to throw. Perkins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Third and 5.
Here we go. Here we go. 79 Broncos. 60 back.
Back to throw. Perkins. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on that.
So this one, Charles, it's only the third quarter, but they appear to be well on their way to victory.
I would say so, because a 1-score lead you don't even count, but a 2-score lead you know it can evaporate in an instant. 3 scores, feeling good, but you know it's not over yet. But now, they've got a 4-score cushion. I think you can feel pretty confident in the fact this is going to go your way.
The Bengals drive about to get going. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Second and 9.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
I'm wondering.
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now inside the 25. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bengals are able to cut into that deficit. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 134 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Hot 70, hot 70.
They'll run with Gibbs. Stops short. Down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home. Second and goal from the 1. Gibbs is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. They'll try to run with Gibbs. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their fourth quarter lead. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. First and 10.
12, 12. Got.
They go play action with Burrow. Open man is Yoshibas. They'll go for a gain of 7. And it's second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now it's Burrow. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Now the Bengals on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Right 80.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And this is too far behind his man.